The time has come. It is here. It is WrestleMania week. WrestleMania 41 is happening this weekend, and I am here to tell you kind of what I think, my predictions and whatnot. I honestly was gonna pull out of a hat and fudge my picks because I never know. I'm bad at predictions. Y'all know this. It's not even that I'm bad in the sense that I have the wrong answer. It's just that there's so many options and my brain ping pongs back around like a ball. And I will be in Las Vegas for WrestleMania week. I don't know that I'm going to be at WrestleMania. It's a long story. I'm working for WrestleCon, WrestleCon.com. But if you want to see all of the footage that I get from WrestleMania this weekend, all of the stuff that I have going on from C2E2, from the other conventions that I'm going to, if you want to see all that content, make sure that you're subscribed to me here and that you're following me on all my other socials. Okay, let's go to the predictions. I'm not picking a particular order. I know that supposedly the match cards were released, or the match card was released, and there has been no word on Randy Orton's match as of yet if he's having a match. So we're gonna go with what I have. The Women's Tag Team Championship match between Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez and Lyra Valkyria and Bayley. Lyra Valkyria is the Intercontinental Women's Champion, so I'm not totally on board for her being in a tag title match with Bayley. Me and the tag division just have a love-hate, I'm telling you. But I do think that Raquel and Liv will retain their championship, maybe because that could lead to some kind of feud between Lyra and Bayley. That's kind of more of what I'm hoping for. And if Liv and Raquel do retain, they can whatever's gonna happen with Judgment Day, we'll get there. But whatever's gonna happen with the Judgment Day, it just feels right to have a lot of people holding gold in the Judgment Day. The Men's Tag Team Championship match between the War Raiders and the New Day, the new old day without Big E. This one's really tricky for me because I really love the War Raiders and I don't feel like they've really gotten to cook as champs yet. But at the same time, I think the New Day winning the championships would give them this different kind of edge, something that I think they need at this point in time. And if the New Day wins, it also just opens up all kinds of possibilities of them to continue on their reign of terror. And I am enjoying heel New Day. I just think that they need a little extra spice. I think the whole tag division needs a little bit of spice because they're all so great. We have some really, really great tag teams at the moment. I just wish they were a little better and more cohesive at telling stories between each other. But the matches have absolutely cooked. This one's been a long time coming. Jade Cargill versus Naomi. This really has been a long time coming, this story build. And I think it's funny. Bianca's behind it. Bianca did it. Well, look where we are. Anyways, my gut tells me that Jade's gonna get her WrestleMania moment win and pull one over on Naomi. But at the same time, this version of Naomi is my favorite version of Naomi. And she's such a badass right now that I kind of want her to win, and I kind of think that maybe she will and have a little bit of a reign of terror, why am I acting like she's winning a championship? She's not winning a championship. Even still, validating her feelings, validating her turning into this fiery, spicy character. I like it, and I honestly want to see Naomi win. Will she, though? I don't know. This is turning into a who do I want to win, not like a who's winning. I'm not good at that anyway. Matchup of the century. We've got Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano. Chad Gable, you can give Chad Gable anything, and he is going to turn it into money. I'm telling you right now. No matter how you feel about it, this has been so much fun to watch. I can't wait to see what they do. I can't wait to see what happens. I think the crowd would be fine with either of them winning. That's the thing. I think if El Grande Americano wins, I don't see the crowd being mad about that. It's, gracias. I'm gonna say Rey Mysterio is winning. I don't have too much logic behind that, except maybe the fact that he's putting one over on Chad Gable, and maybe Chad Gable will be revealed as El Grande Americano. Maybe something fun happening with that. We'll see. But Wheezy, it is El Grande. It's not Chad Gable. I know. L.A. Knight, yeah, versus Jacob Fatu. All gas, no brakes. Jacob Fatu. I think it's a great idea. He's on fire at the moment. The crowd has really taken a liking to him. He looks the most dominant since he's entered the WWE. I would love to see it. I would love to see it for him. And I would be curious how that dynamic would work with him and Solo and Tama, because it seems like tension had been brewing, but then it kind of sauntered off, and now Solo seems really high on Jacob. So I'm wondering if it's just Solo saving face and trying not to get on Jacob's bad side, or if he's worried that he's gonna, I don't know, step in and take his kind of leadership role, even though he's no longer the leader of the bloodline. I don't really know. I just think that Jacob's going to win. It would be good to see him with the championship and really inflate that ego a little bit more. Makes me sad for LA Knight. I love LA Knight, but the feud can continue afterwards. Okay, we have that fatal four-way match between Dominic Mysterio, Finn Balor, Penta, and Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker has been the IC champion for a while, and while he's amazing and great, I don't feel that a really good story has been, like, I don't know, told in his championship reign thus far. Dude, I can see him retaining. I could see Penta winning because Penta is so hot right now. At the same time, you have Finn Balor and you have Dominic Mysterio. There is tension building there between the two of them in the Judgment Day. There has been. There's this jealousy, this lingering jealousy from Finn Balor. I don't know that Finn Balor could handle Dominic Mysterio winning the IC title. I think he might crash the F out. I don't know. I don't see Dominic making a big deal about it, but I could see Finn playing dirty and giving Dominic a pin. I don't know. There's so many layers to how this could go down. I want it to be Dominic Mysterio. That way, Dominic, Liv, and Raquel can all be champions at the same time, and Finn crashes out and then they get rid of Finn. But, because I've heard you people say it and so it sticks in here, what if Liv is conspiring with Finn and they help Finn win? But I'm still gonna say that Dominic is winning. We have freaking AJ Styles, versus Logan Paul. I think it's going to be AJ Styles. I don't have a lot of feelings outside of that. Logan's on the card. And you know what? Logan's great in the ring, and he's got a great finisher. The pulverizer. That's really all I've got to say about that. It's been the talk of the town. We have Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair for the WWE Women's Championship. And I had said in the build to this match that I felt like there wasn't a lot of fire between the two of them. Insert foot in mouth. I guess I shouldn't have said that. And now here we are. I don't give takes on stuff like that. So what I will say is I could see this match going either way in allowing Tiffany to remain champion, but I could also see WWE wanting to watch the world burn and putting the title on Charlotte because it's going to incite a reaction. I adore Charlotte Flair. I like what she does. I like what she's done. She's been through a lot. I like her in the ring. I don't know her personally. That's the extent of it. I don't have this massive hatred that a lot of people that don't know her do. When she gets thrown in the title. So I get it. I understand. Trust me. I've heard it all. I don't live under a rock. But I can see WWE giving her this title solely because of the reaction it's going to incite. People will lose their minds. It will be bad. People will say bad things. The heat for her will get turned up times 50. If she's game for that, I could see them doing it. For that reason, I'm going to say Charlotte Flair is winning. Gunther versus Jey Uso. Yeet. For the WWE World Heavyweight title. The internet sucks. I don't really engage with it in a certain way, but I have seen the little bits and pieces of other people saying that other people are saying Jey doesn't deserve this, or he's not ready, or whatever the chatter is. So I don't agree with that. Both of these guys are awesome. They've made the build to this match great. The insertion of Jimmy into it was phenomenal. I loved that. I can see Jey Uso winning. I'm gonna say he's winning because the crowd will be heartbroken if he doesn't. That WrestleMania moment, Gunther's gonna be okay. Gunther has had a hell of a run, man. He ain't going nowhere. His title reigns aren't going nowhere. I think Jey can take this one. Triple threat match for the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. You have Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, and Bianca Belair. This one's tricky. I would love to see Io retain and get to move forward and have a good title reign to make up for the last one. But mommy, and then Bianca. I really am okay with any of the outcomes. I'm gonna say Bianca. And here's why. Here's why I'm gonna say Bianca. And this might be me picking Bianca because I want her to win. That's fine. That's what this whole video can be. It could just be my theories. I've been waiting for people to ask me about my theories. If Bianca wins, that sets up a Bianca-Naomi feud for the title. I love the idea even more of Naomi eventually winning the championship as a heel. It would be so good. So selfishly, That is what I want. I want Bianca to win so that can happen. Bianca Belair's winning. The other triple threat match between Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and CM Punk, where Paul Heyman will not be in Roman Reigns' corner, he will be in CM Punk's corner. And yes, again, I have the internet. I don't live under a rock. I see every single person being like, man, I've got a hot take. I think that Paul Heyman's walking out with Seth Rollins. I think the fact that a lot of people are saying it means that it's not happening, because it seems to be the case every single time that we do this, where all these people think they have this epiphany of something that's going to happen. And there's a lot of people saying it. So I don't think it's going to happen. What do I think is going to happen? I'm not sure. I don't know how Seth Rollins factors into Paul Heyman. Okay, you didn't stomp him. Were you really going to stomp him? I want a WrestleMania win for CM Punk. It's just a matter of how badly do we want to break the hearts of the audience this year? I'm going to say he does it. Let's get a feel good. I don't know how that favor for Rollins is going to come into play, but for right now, CM Punk's taking the win. The one, John Cena, Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship. There is no way to really know for certain. I don't know how anybody can sit there and be, this is 100% what's happening. I know that John Cena said if he wins that title, he's taking it home with him. He's whatever. I could see John Cena winning. I want John Cena to win. I think he's winning. I think Cody Rhodes has more than earned a little bit of a break. I would love for Cody to get to go take a break, go be with his family for a little bit, and then come back, around SummerSlam time, leading up to SummerSlam time, and give us a John Cena summer tour. Mean John Cena summer tour where he doesn't care about the fans. A champion John Cena who does not care about the fans. I would really like to see it. I think it's interesting. I think it's different. The feuds that he would have between then and SummerSlam, that leaves room for him to have a title match with Randy Orton. It leaves room for him to have a title match with CM Punk. I like all of the possibilities that are there for that. I want him to get that. I want him to get one more. So I do think it'll be John Cena. The odds be ever in your favor. Back to that I don't live under a rock thing. I know the general consensus lately has been people not liking the build to this WrestleMania because there's all kinds of things people are saying. That it's boring, that it's not been great, that doesn't make sense, and people are totally entitled to their opinions. This WrestleMania is following up one of, if not the greatest WrestleMania of all time. WrestleMania 40 was one for the books. We were spoiled as hell last year, and it all happened so organically. I think that considering the way that the beginning of this year has gone, I think every match on the card is great. I think they've done a really wonderful job getting back into the routine of things and following plans. I am excited. That makes me believe that this will be a bit of a sleeper WrestleMania, where people are going into it with a little bit of a negative mindset because of the build, and it's going to be a banger, and people are going to have to accept it and be excited, and we'll let go of focusing on the build and the lead up, because that's just what we do, and I totally get it. I think it's still going to be great, and I'm really curious to see what the outcome of all of these matches actually are. So many of them are just really hard to tell. I don't think that anything is very predictable this year, which is amazing. And granted, things are never super predictable for me because brain, but like I said, I will be in Las Vegas during WrestleMania week. I'm working for WrestleCon. That is at the Westgate Las Vegas Resort and Casino. You can find all the information about that on WrestleCon.com. I will be there, I believe, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday at the moment. Petite Pika and myself are hosting a watch party for Friday Night SmackDown, the Friday before WrestleMania. That will also be at the Westgate Las Vegas Hotel. You do have to purchase an e-ticket for it. You can get that at WrestleCon.com and come hang out with us. Make sure you're following my Instagram and just my Instagram. That's pretty much where I'll be updating where I'm going to be and what events I'm going to, etc. if you want to meet up with me. Let me know what you think is happening at WrestleMania. I didn't even bring up the mention of any surprises or anything. We're just going to go off of predictions. So let me know what you think is happening down in the comments below, and I'll see you out there. Happy WrestleMania season.